What is up, ladies and gents, boys and girls? Brian here with ETM 540 Clubhouse, coming to you with another week of Wasteland preparations, but not the racer, because I am over that thing. No, I'm just kidding. I freaking love it. But it has been giving us some issues, and I just need to finish it up off camera because we don't have much time and we got to make it happen, Captain. Otherwise, I don't want to be fixing stuff and finishing things up while we're out in the desert. I want to have fun and enjoy it. So for today's episode, we are actually going to be installing a new brake caliper on the back of Rhonda's Taylor Dunn. So for those of you who followed the episodes where we put the new batteries in and cleaned it up and did all that stuff, I mean, it did need some work because of the fact that it was sitting in the dirt. And things corrode, things get locked up. And one of those things was, unfortunately, the driver's side brake caliper. So I ordered one online, and this one literally came the next day. And I got this one on Amazon. It was freaking nuts. And I think it came from Indiana too, even. But these parts are pretty universal. They're actually forklift type style braking. One size fits none. Adapting caliper style brake forklift. They're pretty common. So this one, we're just going to slap on the driver's side, bleed the brakes, and hopefully all is good. Have her on to test it, and then we'll be good to go. And then after we get that done, we're going to work on Rhonda's bike because it's been sitting for a little bit, needs a little love. And we want to do some other kind of dress up type of stuff. So we're going to load it in the truck, take it to the shop, and make some magic happen over that way. So yeah, let's freaking stop talking and get to... God, it's kind of hot out today, actually. California's got its little heat wave thing going on. And I'm kind of feeling it. But anyways, let's get to work. All right, so as you can see by the time lapse, there's not much to it. Oh, and I'll show you the little method I used. It's kind of funky. Rather than taking the whole thing apart, I found a way to where you could just take the caliper off. So it made it easier, and hopefully it'll go back together easier, because I'm actually noticing that the inlet for the fluid is actually in a different spot, but then they have a plug back here too. So I'm gonna figure that one out. That's gonna be interesting because there's also a plug on that end. Huh? What? Anyways, we'll see what we need to do here. All right, fun. And actually, looking through, you can see through all three holes, so it's obviously just a mounting zone. So that is correct back here. And let's go freaking take the old one off. I'm gonna put a little fluid in here on the bench, and then from there I can unloosen the other one, tighten it on really quick, and then hopefully we won't have to bleed as much. So let's give it a shot. Okay, so pretty uneventful so far. Crossing my freaking fingers and toes. But anyways, here's the little method I was using to where I didn't have to take the whole thing off. Right here, there's just enough space to wedge a screwdriver to hold that floating bolt down. And then boom, bam, you can tighten it just to the amount that you need, and you're good to go. So works out pretty well, and you don't have to take the whole assembly apart. So let's keep on rocking, and hopefully this thing will be perfect here in about 5 minutes or so. Let's hope. We need this win. All right, I'm gonna press on the brake pedal and you guys tell me if the calipers move. So it didn't look like there's too much movement. There's definitely movement of fluid pushing through, and these pushing, it looked like. So maybe there was just enough pressure. So I think I'm gonna bleed these really quick just to make sure we got all the air out. And then from there, we can, yeah, hopefully be good after a little test drive. So let's freaking bleed these bitches. And it would be safe to check the master cylinder. Make sure we got enough fluid in there for when we bleed it, because we just want to make sure we're not running it completely out. So, all right, let's do this. Oh God. Ah, motherfucker. That freaking hurt. I'm okay. That freaking hurt though. You think I learned my lesson and wear gloves, but yeah. Okay, well. That was stupid. Now she needs a little fluid. Okay, she's pretty well topped off. So we're just gonna leave that on there because apparently that creates a geyser when you press on the pedal. Most don't do that I've worked on. And we'll bleed from the back. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and do the bleed and hope that some air comes out. Oh yeah. Oh, there's a nice little air pocket in there. And a little mixture between old fluid and new. Alright, so that was all fluid that time. So hopefully we are good to go. Oh yeah, and those are my old boxers. Don't worry, they're clean. Get your mind out of the gutter. Well, they're not clean anymore. Alright, well, that bled out way better than I thought. So the problem that we were having last time was that we would push on the caliper and the brakes wouldn't release even with the parking brake off and all that good stuff and the obvious things. And now, check this out. Parking brake's off and she's good to go. Hit the brake, Harry. Oh, let go, Harry. There we go. Now they are actually floating, whereas before they would not release whatsoever. So I'm thinking that we have her whooped. Victory! Victory! Oh, hey, look, a tea bucket. All right, well, I'm gonna call that good. We're gonna let Rhonda test drive this pig and hopefully he got it done. God, I hope so. Sweet. All right, she's taking her for a test drive. We'll see the result when she gets back. But so far, so good. Nothing has exploded yet. Sweet! Oh my gosh, sounds better already. And of course, we say that every time. And a part of that's because I want things to freaking work. We are so down to the wire, I don't want it to be that thing where it's like, oh crap, now we gotta figure it out again. Which I don't mind, but given time, I need time. I want time to do these things properly. So hopefully we can make it happen. After the test run, she is ice cold to the touch and Sounds like there was a little squeak, but it could just be working itself in again. But other than that, I think she's good to go. Mama approved. Booyah shakala. Sweet. Freaking pumped because it's a nice little wind. That thing is fast in reverse. I mean, it literally hauls butt in reverse. So, yeah, stoked. Now we're gonna go handle this pig, take care of that. All right, to the shop. Wait, this is the garage. To the shop. Rhonda's doing speed runs, but I just missed it because she's actually doing speed runs in reverse. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Give the people what they want. Give them a reverse speed run. It peels out a little bit too. Oh God, a lot of vehicles right there. That thing is adorable. You're like the people in the parades. What are they called? The old men that go around in the golf carts? The Masons? Not the Masons. It's right on the tip of my tongue. Is it the Freemasons? All right, let us know if you know what we're talking about. Well, it's gonna be hard to get her out of that thing, so we're gonna keep going. She's still doing circles. Now, time to go to the shop. To the shop. All right, we're not quite going to the shop yet, and that's because she loves her toys. It's freaking hilarious. I don't know. She can do that for hours. Give it a full charge. Okay, to the shop. It's not a matter of getting her to go, it's getting her to get out of whatever she's playing in. So once you get her out, then we go. All right, to the shop. This is gonna take another 15 minutes. God, that thing is freaking cool. I love that thing. Okay, to the shop. Oh, Jesus. Put it on the freaking hook stand. No failures this time. None. Not doing it. Is it just the vibe in the shop right now or what? Are we just going for nonstop poop shows? Nah. But I'll tell you one thing. Oh, God. We are going to have success in all the things that we do within this little endeavor, because this is something that's been needing to get done. So once it does, then me and Rhonda are going to feel a lot better. And those things are that we're going to add some nice little decoration face plates to her little motor area, as well as do a little adjustment on her exhaust system, and then maybe some more accent stuff, but I don't know. We're just gonna go after it and see what happens. So enjoy as I time lapse you in adding a little bike gear flair to her already badass looking motorcycle. And by that, I mean these saw blades. As if this thing isn't mean enough, we're gonna make it look a hell of a lot meaner. So we're gonna cut, weld, do whatever we have to do to make this thing look badass, and then we'll show you the final result after. So enjoy. that's how that turned out, which looks freaking amazing. And I was just gonna temporarily mount it on there, but I welded it instead. And I'm really glad I did, because that way it's just permanent. It's on there, it's not in the way of anything else, and it's not gonna rattle around. So yeah, it's just one of those nice little additions that makes it less like a stock motorbike, I guess you could say. I mean, it's always looked really rad, but we like adding these little dealios to it. And this was Rhonda's idea. I just had the tools to make it happen, so I'm pretty stoked. What was next? Oh yeah. So I forgot to mention earlier that with these Predator engines, they have a hard time staying at idle, like the carburetor floats and all that stuff. I don't know, they kind of like drown themselves out or something. So when we start this to warm it up, it doesn't necessarily stay idling, especially in the desert sand, because it sinks. So we're going to extend the kickstart. We're going to start extended the stand, and we are going to extend the kickstand with a freaking golf club. So we're going to cut this biscuit. And for this one, I think we're just going to go ahead and do the pipe clamps, worm clamps, however you want to call them, and put that on there. Just that way for now, until we kind of fine tune and find exactly where the sweet spot is, and then we'll weld it. But yeah, we're going to use the old, let's see, what, double XL IW 30 degree made by double XL. Whatever. Yay, sports! Well, that is that for now. Rhonda approved, and I actually need to get some tape around those so it doesn't cut Rhonda's feet up. But this thing works out really good. Actually misses everything by millimeters, which is quite nice. And so long as you have the handlebars turned that way, she ain't tipping over. So I'm pretty stoked. Couple of wins after some failures. Well, not failures, just pains in the asses. But anyways, we're going to do the exhaust at a later date. I was just talking with Rhonda about how we're going to reroute and readjust all that, but I need something that I do not have in order to do so. So for right now, we will clean out the air filter, do some preventative maintenance, make sure this thing is running good. So that way, when we get out to the waste, Rhonda is ready to pull start, turn on, turn, go, boom, 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 blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean. Okay, so air filter looked pretty good. We threw some fresh gas in her. Gonna start her up, see how she idles, and after that, she's gonna go for a test ride. Perfect. And she's gonna wheelie it up and do all kinds of stunts, and we're not gonna film it at all. Okay. Let's start this pig. Oh, said the baby arm has to go up. Choke on, your finger gets stuck. Oh, gotcha. Okay. I think the idles just needs to be adjusted, honestly. Okay, so for the most part, everything sounds really good. She sounds healthy, but the linkages underneath the air cleaner zone is kind of like tight in some areas. Here, I'll show you. So we're just gonna lube everything up and hope that maybe with that, we'll get a little bit more better response from the throttle. So check this out. Some of this stuff just doesn't return as well. And even down here on top of the carb, it's not, yeah, it just doesn't feel like it's reacting the way it should. So I'm gonna spray it all down and hope that, you know, maybe gets a little of that desert dust and dirt and grime out of there and makes that work a little better. And we'll actually blow it off with some air and then go from there. Well, everything looks as good as it should. I mean, it did make a difference to lube up the throttle cable, and I'm hoping that with that set a little bit better, that we will get a better idle response. Because it's good when you're holding on the cable, and it was idling really good out at Wasteland. It wasn't too dirty in there, but who knows? Maybe the cable stretched, maybe it just needs some fresh fuel. I don't know, but we'll see how she fares this time around. Alrighty then. Well, there you go. She just needed a little bit of love. So yeah, hopefully that'll fix all the issues and we'll be good to go. I, for the first time, used the baby arm to turn it off, and now I see why Rhonda loves that thing so much. That's freaking hilarious. We are going to actually end up test riding this biscuit after we do the exhaust, because there's really no point in us doing it now when it was pretty self-explanatory stuff, and the whole point of the test ride was to see how the exhaust would kind of contour around how Rhonda sits on the bike. And if you see how it is now, it sticks out quite a bit, so we're going to try and shove that in a little more. But like I said, I don't have everything I need to do that, so right now we're just going to wait. But the whole thing that I'm really stoked on the most is that we had some successful stuff go down. Nothing created heartache, stress, or anything that would create mayhem in the world as we know it today. She concurs. So, thank you guys so much as usual for joining us in this freaking little adventure we call life in the ETM Clubhouse mayhem nonsense. Yes. And we want to thank everyone for subscribing, commenting, and joining us as we continue on our Wasteland Weekend preparation journey. And also, thank you to Austin in the great state of Maine. Freaking fans up in the Northeast. I love that. He got us the motorcycle chain breaker, which I've been needing for a while because, as you guys saw in one of the episodes, I use the freaking bench grinder to break a chain. You're not supposed to use a bench grinder. So with that, we can actually stop using master links or still use them. Whatever. Either way it works, but we can actually venture out into breaking chain outside of a BMX chain. So Austin, you're amazing. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the freaking next video. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your coworkers that we're coming for them, YouTube style. That was freaking stupid. I don't know why I did it. Just see you in the next video. We love you guys.